Overnight, 12 massive alien ships suddenly appeared across the globe. Each of these towering vessels, about 500 meters tall, floated silently just 3 meters above the ground. What was most unsettling was that ever since their arrival, there had been no movement or sign of communication from them. Governments around the world were on high alert. They immediately declared 100-meter-wide quarantine zones around each craft and set up temporary bases inside those areas. After some time spent observing, it became clear that every 18 hours, a portal would open at the bottom of each ship, almost as if the aliens were inviting humans in. After much deliberation, world leaders decided to send specialized teams composed of experts from various fields to try to figure out why these ships had come to Earth. One of those experts was Louise, a linguist. The idea of communicating with aliens made her both nervous and excited. Clad in a bulky protective suit, she and her team approached the base of the ship. The military placed them on a lift platform, raising them slowly toward the now open portal. As the lift ascended, one of the military officers tossed a glow stick upward. To everyone's surprise, instead of falling, it landed and stuck to the vertical surface of the ship's corridor. The officer explained that the ship's gravity worked differently than Earth's. He then gave a light jump and landed perfectly upright on the wall-like surface. Seeing this, the rest of the team followed suit. They hadn't yet reached the aliens, though. The group made their way down the tunnel until they came to a glowing white wall. Military personnel began setting up monitoring equipment, and they released a bird to test the atmosphere. It flapped around energetically, confirming the presence of breathable air. Louise turned to ask the officer where the aliens were, only to see him staring intently at the glowing screen. She followed his gaze and saw them, two figures that looked like giant octopuses moving behind the translucent screen. These were the ship's alien occupants. Louise was startled, but managed to summon the courage to try communicating. Their first encounter yielded little, just some alien vocalizations, nothing intelligible. Meanwhile, chaos had broken out across the world. The appearance of the ships had triggered mass panic, with looting and riots erupting in many cities. Louise knew she had to find a way to understand them fast. But even when the aliens spoke, their language was incomprehensible. Then, something on the screen sparked an idea. It reminded her of how parents teach babies to recognize words. Inspired, she returned for the second session carrying a small chalkboard. She wrote a simple English word on it and pointed to herself. The aliens vanished without a trace. Had she failed? Just as disappointment began to set in, the aliens returned. One of them released an ink-like substance onto the screen, forming a symbol. They had not only understood Louise's intention, but were now responding in their own written language.